Hello, YouTube. I said I wasn't going to do a video on installing the Mercy Less Lethal 12-gram adapter, but my patience is growing thin for my 8-gram CO2s to do a basic test fire on this. They're still 2 days away. I don't have the patience for it, so I'm going to install this now. I'm going to do a video. I understand Charles updated the installation of this in another video, so I'm gonna do this as one complete video. First things first, remove your magazine and your projectile. So you can see I'm getting really ahead of myself here. I got some Grimberg jewels loaded up. Sorry, I should mention here, things I'm going to use, a 1/8 Allen key, which is just to remove the end cap. I could use the mag. I'm not going to. 1/8. I've heard mixed opinions that these screws were different sizes, like the heads were. 3/32 Allen key, guys. I use Bondis Allen keys. Grab yourself some high quality ones if you are going to be doing any kind of maintenance on any markers for that matter. It'll save you headaches stripping things. 3/32 fits all of these Allen keys. No issues whatsoever. No funny business going on. So there's the adapter. Nice black piece of machined aluminum, anodized aluminum. Comes with a plug here or a dummy. If you want to run, once you have this installed, if you want to run 8-gram CO2s, you just use this on top of your 8-gram CO2 and you don't have to uninstall this chamber. I won't be using that more than likely. And the fast cap. So here we go. Remove the mag, remove your projectile, remove the end cap. Okay. Updated instructions are remove these 2 screws completely. Looking down the marker, you leave this screw in because it is holding the trigger assembly against this half of the clamshell. And you remove this one completely. And you can also remove this one completely. But you do not, under any circumstances, remove these 2 here completely. And you can see these last 3 here, 1, 2, 3, are nutted on the back. They are not, it is not 2 separate screws like these 2 here are. So be aware of that when you're loosening it off. 1.5 turns or so, loosen these, but do not remove them. You also have to remove this top slide, I guess. So what I did, there's a little wire inside here. It was kind of tough to get out. Originally, I was using one of my little plastic pry tools for interior panels in a car. It would not go, and I'm a bit of a stickler for keeping everything neat and tidy, so I didn't want to mar this up. So what I did is just took a flathead screwdriver, wrapped a little painter's tape around it. It fits in there rather perfectly, and you just kind of gently pry it. You can see it's coming out here, and my tape ripped, of course. The screwdriver. I'm just being careful here, guys, because I don't, like I said, I don't want to muck up the case here. There, I think I got it far enough now I can get this guy under. think. Oh, hey, she's coming. Always looks so much easier on camera, or when somebody else does it, so you can see I'm underneath there. And this guy just doesn't want to come. Let's try another tool here. I'll try my sort of pry bar looking one. There we go. So that is in there rather tight. Okay. I can see it kind of is shifted, so want to make sure you're pulling it sort of square out, not off center. So once you get it out far enough like that, you can easily just grab it and pull it like that. So set that guy aside there. And the top should come right off here. And you're gonna find two little springs under this detent here, or ball indicator. You don't wanna lose those. So I'm gonna carefully pull this off. Oops. And this is your little flapper here, indicates you have a round in the chamber. I believe it also acts as a detent for the ball. And you can see these two little springs there. Don't lose those. So I'm gonna pluck them out and set them aside. You could quite easily fall down inside the marker here, so be aware of that. 3/32 Allen key. I'm going to remove these two front screws completely. I'm going to keep them in order here over to the side. I recommend you do the same. I don't know if they're different lengths. They may be. These two front ones are not different lengths. Going to leave this screw on the right side of the marker intact, and I'm not going to touch that one at all. I'm going to come over to this side, and I'm going to remove this screw opposite of the one I'm not going to touch. I'm going to remove it completely. So this one is a little longer than the front screws. Next, I can also remove this one in the trigger guard area here completely. And note it has a nut on the back. There's the nut, just came off there. Push it through like that, and that one is rather long screw. Can't miss that one because that'll be the longest one you take out. Now we move to these back two. We do not remove these. We loosen them. Approximately 1.5 turns. So 1.5. One and a half. At this point, you should be able to gently pry the front of this caisson. All right, let's continue this here. So, sorry, I had to take a phone call there too, actually. So you got to try and pry this case open. So just grab it by the top here is kind of what I'm doing. And, oops. Just loosening up a little. This thing is tight. Okay, I'm really having a difficulty doing that. I'm going to go against what his latest update was, and I'm just gonna do, that's the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. I'm gonna do one turn on this one here. See if that doesn't help me. Because that was, oh yeah, that seems like, he's a pro at this, so he's probably able to weasel that thing out of there, whereas I am not. So you can see that, the square edge on that. So obviously you're trying to take a square out of a round hole. So I think I actually need to get it even wider so that the square may pass. Ah, right there. Guys, a third set of hands here would be absolutely brilliant, but that's all we got. Well, she's sort of out. Oh yeah, I can see it wanting to come now. Come on, you bugger. It's definitely not easy. Oh, might open her too much there. Uh-oh. Well, it's out. Okay, well, keep my fingers crossed. It didn't get too crazy there. So what you want to do then is square edge, sorry, the flat on the up. Slide this back in here. And you want to be mindful to get the hole lined up. You can see right here that I've got this in up to the hole. And let's see what moved out of place here. It looks like it's the barrel. Has to go back in the groove here. Okay, the barrel's in the groove, but it's binding a little bit. Okay, yeah, I can see right here, the spring's actually pushed past. There's a little kind of notch in the plastic here, I think acts as a stop. So I'm gonna have to pry this open just a little bit. Try and slide this spring back down. There we go. Hopefully I caught that on camera. So I just pried on and pulled the spring back, and you can see now it's in this little groove here, and it should cycle. Spring, the barrel should slide easily. All right. Well, my core temperature went up a little bit there. I'm just gonna snug this one down. And what I'll do is I will retighten these back ones that I just loosened off, and I'm just gonna snug them. I'm not gonna go for the gusto right now because I just want to make sure once I get it all pieced back together that it cycles fine. So long screw can go back in the trigger here. Again, I probably should have put these in first, but I'm keeping an eye on these holes here just to make sure that they're still in alignment. So this one, you put the nut back on the other side. You guys working on these things, remember this isn't, you're not tightening a 1/2 inch bolt. They're just little Allen keys, so be gentle. I can put this trigger screw back in, which was this is the front screw. There's 2 of these, and then this trigger area screw is just a little bit longer. So I'll put that guy back in there. Last but not least, these front screws. And you can see I did a careful job making sure that they stayed lined up, so I didn't have any issues threading that in. Put this guy in. I think if I had done that again, I'd put these 2 in first, just to avoid any issue. Oops. And I may have a slight one here, so let me just, it looks lined up. This one went in no problem, so just gonna be careful because it is short screw. I don't want to cross thread it. Keeps biting on an angle, which is bothering me some. No, okay, you know what I'm gonna do here? Take this one out. This one threaded in just fine. I'll put this side in first, see if that makes any difference here. You know what, guys? I think the threads are just a little tight in there because, well, it's still took a little effort to get it started, but I could see if I sent that screw, it probably would have cross-threaded. So I just was very careful tightening it. Probably just something when it was being machined, no big deal. This side, on the other hand, went in rather easy. And there's like maybe you put a turn on these, a full turn. All right, well, that went together relatively easily. I mean, it went together easily. Coming apart, you know, I was just a little bit nervous is all. But I better get over that quick if I want to get inside here. Yeah, so next is you need to carefully place those 2 little tiny springs in there's 2 holes there. So you carefully place them in there, like that. And you need your little door here. And you can see these little indentations here. That's where the groove, sorry, these sort of rounded shafts fit. So you got to balance it on there, like so. Keeping your marker steady, of course. And kind of put this on being careful just to keep your door centered in the square. And voila. Once that's in and you got it like that, this isn't gonna go anywhere, but keep your hand on it. And then you need your little wire here. And stick it back through. If you can. What am I doing here? Oh, there we go. I wasn't pushing down far enough. And so once it's started like that, I'm gonna keep some pressure on it. And it actually looks like there is, look at this, there's an upward angle on this wire. And I'm gonna assume you will kind of want it in this direction that I have it. So the upward angle to the top of the marker. So it kind of swoops into this, as opposed to the other way, it might just dig into this lower edge here. So, but if I'm wrong, you'll find out. So pushing this back in, just be mindful. Try and keep it square. Again, I'm keeping pressure on this top upper piece here, just to make sure it goes in without any major issues. Sorry for the grunting, but it looks a lot tougher than it looks. That wire is really secure in there. I'm down to the last nitty gritty there. And boy, it is one tough bugger. I think I'm just gonna use, so I'm gonna keep some pressure on it. I'm gonna use this mat to push the rest of the way in here. Because that is a tough little SOB. And it looks like having that sort of loop-de-loop, sort of the upward curve to the top is correct. Again, I'm just using this thing because this is like a non-marring tool. There you go. Hopefully that helps you guys. Like I said, a little bit stressful. It's all new to me. I think the only thing I'd change is if you're buying one of these, Charles will install it for you. And if you're a handyman, I'm sure you can handle this, as I did. But I did have to loosen this other screw that in his second update he stated you can leave that one tight, but you can remove this one completely. So I did remove that one completely, but I had to loosen this to get this case open wide enough to get that little guy out of there. So maybe you'll have better luck, but you know the best luck would be? Just get him to do it. Thanks, guys.